sports is the ultimate equalizer. Or at least, that's what we like to believe. On the field, in the ring, or on the track, talent should be the only thing that matters. But behind every superstar's success, there's another story. Sometimes a tale of hunger, poverty, and sleepless nights. Other times a tale of family money and endless resources. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of athletes who came from nothing and built empires, versus those who had a golden parachute long before their first paycheck. This is Poorest versus Richest athletes who built their fortune the hard way. Let's start with the fighters, the ones who didn't just compete against opponents, but against poverty itself. Cristiano Ronaldo. Today, he's worth over $600 million, with supercars, private jets, and brand deals that make him one of the highest-paid athletes in the world. But rewind to the 1990s in Madeira, Portugal, and the picture was very different. Cristiano grew up in a tin-roofed home, shared one cramped room with 3 siblings, and watched his mother struggle to put food on the table. His father was an equipment manager at a local club, but also battled alcoholism. Ronaldo has openly admitted he often went to bed hungry. Yet, even then, his obsession with football was unstoppable. He practiced with worn-out shoes, kicked balls on the streets, and dreamt of escaping poverty. By 12, he left home for Lisbon, crying on the phone to his mother but determined to make it. That hunger, literally and figuratively, became the fuel for his rise. Manny Pacquiao. If Ronaldo's story was tough, Pacquiao's is almost unimaginable. Born in the Philippines, Manny grew up in extreme poverty, selling cigarettes and bread on the streets just to help his family survive. He dropped out of school because they couldn't afford it. At 14, he left home, stowed away on a boat to Manila, and lived on the streets. His only weapon? His fists. Boxing was never about fame at first. It was about survival. Pacquiao fought his way up from earning just a couple of dollars per fight to becoming one of the greatest boxers of all time, worth over $220 million today. From sleeping hungry under bridges to dining with presidents, Pacquiao's story is the definition of rags to riches. And then there's Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak. Born to Nigerian immigrant parents in Athens, his family lived undocumented, struggling to make ends meet. Giannis and his brothers sold sunglasses and trinkets on the street to help support the family. Basketball was not just a sport, it was an escape. His rise to NBA MVP wasn't just about talent, it was about resilience, hustle, and never giving up. Today, Giannis earns over $40 million a year in salary alone, but he's never forgotten those street-selling days. These athletes prove that sometimes the hunger for greatness literally comes from hunger itself. But not every athlete has the same story. Some were born with every advantage: financial backing, private coaches, the best facilities. And while their talent is real, the journey looks very different. Take Lando Norris in Formula One. His father, Adam Norris, is one of the richest men in the UK, with a net worth of over $250 million thanks to successful investments. While Lando is a skilled driver, his rise through the junior categories was heavily funded. Racing, especially F1, is one of the most expensive sports on Earth. Millions are needed to compete even before making it to the top. Without his family's wealth, it's almost impossible to imagine Norris making it into the elite so quickly. Then, there's Shaun White, the snowboarding legend. While Shaun is immensely talented and earned every one of his Olympic golds, his family wasn't struggling financially. His parents supported him with early exposure to expensive sports like skateboarding and snowboarding, activities that simply aren't accessible to most families living paycheck to paycheck. Shaun's story is one of dedication, but it's also proof that opportunity often comes with privilege. And we can't forget Peyton and Eli Manning. Sons of Archie Manning, a famous NFL quarterback, they were practically raised with football in their DNA and resources. While they still worked incredibly hard and became legends in their own right, their path was laid out with connections, coaching, and a family name that opened doors. Privilege doesn't erase talent, but it does tilt the playing field. Here's the real contrast. Manny Pacquiao once fought to buy rice for dinner, while Lando Norris grew up in a household where a $10 million racing budget was a family decision. Cristiano Ronaldo ran drills on an empty stomach, while Shaun White had access to half pipes and sponsors before turning pro. One side is defined by survival, where every win means food on the table. The other side is defined by opportunity, where wins mean fulfilling potential. Both produce champions, but the story behind their journeys couldn't be more different. Today, these athletes are all multi-millionaires. They endorse brands, drive supercars, and live in mansions most people can't even dream of. But when you peel back the layers, their journeys shape how we see them. Pacquiao is celebrated as a people's champion because fans see themselves in his struggles. Ronaldo's relentless work ethic is legendary, tied to his fight out of poverty. On the flip side, athletes like Lando Norris or Peyton Manning often face criticism. Some fans argue they had an unfair head start. The truth: both worlds exist in sports. Poverty creates hunger. Privilege creates opportunity. And maybe that's the beauty of athletics. No matter where you start, talent and determination will always have the final say. So, what do you think? Do you respect the athletes who fought their way up from nothing more than those who had a safety net? Or is talent, no matter where it comes from? Drop your thoughts below, and if you enjoyed this breakdown of rags to riches versus privileged athletes, make sure to subscribe, because next we're exploring the same battle in the world of tech founders.